Yes. Let me add a few people. Just adding a few people to the live. Ding. Beautiful people on my line. Let me see, who else can I invite? Yeah. Invite a few of my friends. Hello, I see somebody just came live with me. Welcome. Hey, what's up, G? Back again, I see. Yes, I'm just giving, like I said last week, 3 is my favorite number. So I'm going to wait about 3 minutes to get a couple more people to come on in. Come on in. Oh, shoot. When I invite people, is that trying to get them on the live? I just wanted them to come to the live. Can't. Oh, that's fine. That is definitely fine. That's what I mean. Ultimately, it's a podcast, so it's about listening. You don't have to see me, but YouTube is trying to get everybody to that level where podcasting is visual. So that's what we're doing. That's why I do video. But ultimately, podcasting is something. Hey, boo. Ultimately, podcasting is something that's supposed to be heard. But yes, so we're going to get into it today. We're going to talk about prioritizing and why priority is love and love is priority. One more minute. Chanel Boo, Air Max 39, thank you for supporting. Tag and tell a friend. I'm trying to share it. I think I shared it the wrong way. I'm trying to get people to join. I ain't mean to get people to join. I'm trying. Look at me. All of doing this and don't even know what I'm doing yet. It's all good though. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it together. I just want some people to come on into the room. Come on into the room. Yes. All right, so it's 12:03. I'm gonna let people jump in as they can come. I just figured out how to invite them the correct way now instead of trying to put them into the camera with me. But we're gonna start off definitely by, of course, shouting out my sponsor, Euphoria Water. At Euphoria Water, this stuff is changing lives. It's out here curing cancers and bacterial infections and all of that good stuff. It's helping me detox and is bringing down pH levels is way better than those ones you find in the store, because in the store eventually they're going to get watered down. It's like the dope. They're going to cut the dope eventually. The water is addictive and they're going to make it more addictive and they're going to cut it. And so we need this fresh and pure stuff like this Euphoria Water. Shout out to Captain over there for sponsoring me. You're going to see me doing some more stuff with him. Go check out his page. He has a lot of great stuff going on. I saw something this morning where they were talking about doing an event where there's going to be massages and facials with the Euphoria Water. I'm here for it. I don't sip tea. I sip water. It's better for your body. Anyway, so let's go. I got another one. Oh, shout out to For the Flick of It, Griographer, my girl Minty. Hey, boo. I think she just joined us. That's my other sponsor, unofficially. She don't even know that I was about to put her out there like that. But check these clips out, yo. For the Flick of It on Instagram, they are 4-in-1s. For us 420 friendly people, you know what that's for. But also, if you are a girl with the nails, or if you have an elder who has like carpal tunnel or tendonitis, these are a great way to, how you got to grip your card out the machine. You know how you go to the ATM machine and you struggle to go back and forth to get it out. That's what this is good for. Grip it, put it in, grip it, pull it out, and bam, you can take it and dial your transaction numbers. So shout out to For the Flick of It. Thank you very much. And at Euphoria Water, love the water. Haven't drank anything else since I got I know, right? For real, I feel that thing. I feel my alignment coming. I feel my skin clearing up. Like my lines are getting a little better. All that stuff. So anyway, Today we talking about love being priority and priority being love. Because if we don't make love, first of all, let's just say this: love is the fiber of our existence. Everything has love in it, even hate. Hate is the opposite of love. So if you don't love something, you can't hate it. That's how you hate it, because you love it. You love the fact that you can't have it. Love the fact that you can't be it. Love is in everything. It's undeniable. You can't get rid of it. And when we start to remember that, that's just my key point in this, making sure we remember love, love, love first in everything. So we talking about priority. I don't like to waste time. I want to get right to the point. So we talking about love being priority and priority being love. Now, when I say that, what I mean is, what is priority in your life? First of all, it has to be you first. It has to be you first, because, correct me if I'm wrong, you can't help anybody else if you're not helping yourself. It's like a parent trying to be good to their children. If you're not healthy, you're not going to be good for your children. At work, if you're not taking care of your business, you're not going to be the best worker. You have to take care of self first before you can take care of anybody else. Welcome. Thank you for everybody that's joining, coming on in. We're talking about priority today. So we're going to get right down to business. Now, the one thing it comes to priority, and it's something that they don't teach us a lot when we're younger, is that you have to know your boundaries. We hear a lot about, oh, what is it you want to do? What do you want to do when you grow up? Or what do you want to be when you grow up? Or just right now, what do you want to do this month? Or what do you want to do today? Or what you're doing for this year? So we automatically start thinking about, oh, yeah, I want to do this. I want to do that. And we never think about the restrictions that may be against us. I know a lot of times people be like, oh, you too pessimistic. You always looking for the issues. No, I'm not pessimistic. I just like to see what's ahead of me, because I like to know what I'm getting myself into. So, for example, let's think about something like, let's just throw something out there. Let's skydiving, right? Oh, that's something I want to do. Oh my gosh, that sounds like the greatest thing in the world to do. Woo, adventure. But I just got out of the hospital a couple of months ago, and I'm dealing with fatigue and health issues. Maybe that's not the best thing to do, so that shouldn't be priority in my life. Now, that seems like something simple, but that is just, you can take the smallest things in our life and simplify them and prioritize them the same way. Or I'm going to give you an example. So for me, this year, I go into the year, my resolution is never like, well, this year we're going to go on vacation and we're going to do this. No, this year, my resolution was, this year is about accountability. This year is about execution. This year is about growth, friendship, that sort of thing. So those are my priorities. And when I have something that's tangible, even though it is something figurative, it's tangible for me, because this is something that I have to put in my life every day. Accountability. If I'm running a business, I have to be accountable for not only my actions, but my public actions, but making sure that I'm on top of my inventory, or I'm on top of my services, or on top of my social media. All that has to be priority. But now, as we go on, so I'm growing in my business. I just started a podcast. I added that to my business. I'm dealing with artists and developing artists. I added that to my business. I do consulting on the side. I added that to my business. I'm connecting with people. I'm adding that to my business. You become overwhelmed. So, oh my gosh, now what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Oh, shoot. And you fall flat a lot of times. And we fail because we refuse to prioritize, just like budgeting your money. We can have all these grand ideas. Oh, this $1,000 coming in. Bam, I'm about to do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And if we don't sit and budget and prioritize, that $1,000 is going to be going, and you remember, shoot, I didn't get my tires changed. Shoot, I didn't pay the water bill. Why? Because I went and I bought that new Chanel bag. It was the knockoff joint. It was on sale. Oh, shoot, I needed that. No, you didn't. What you needed to do was prioritize and budget so that you can take care of home first. So that's the thing that we have to do. What about your process for the day? How can you have a successful day? One thing I like to do is prioritize my day. They say successful people get up early. I'm a lunatic. Yes, I'm up about 4:30 in the morning every morning, but that was my grandpa's thing. So that was just something I wanted to do like him. I always wanted to know why he got up so early. Now I see. It gives me a chance to, get in touch with the rest of my day before the rest of the house or the rest of the world wakes up. I live in a blended family home, so there's a lot of us here. So if I'm not up early in the morning, I'm not going to have sanity that day. Some days I got to shoot sanity, like today. Last week you saw me pinked out with the this and that all over me. Today I showed sanity. Sometimes that's too much to do. I just wanted to make sure that the consistency of me getting on here was more important. So that was my priority. Anyway, let's get back to your day. So let's talk about the day. And guess what, y'all? I know we have these in the phone thing that I'm talking on, and we have computers, and we have these, but this It still works, yo. It still works. And this is the best way to prioritize and budget yourself. Because when you write, it's like it impresses it into your brain. It's almost something about the action of writing. It's like when you speak something out, you ever be thinking about something and you just need to talk it out with somebody, you need to hear it being said. You know, you need to prioritize that thought in your mind. You need to work through that thought. It's the same thing here. Paper, write it down. You can see it. You can visualize it. You felt it come out of your mind onto this paper. You understand what's going on here. Now I can move it. Okay, so I'm gonna take my paper right now. So this morning, you know, let's just start daily. What do I like to do in the day? In the morning, I like to have coffee. I like to have a cup of coffee. I like to have a cup of tea. I like to have some nice music in the morning, you know, maybe my meditation time. I like to get up and early in the morning so I can have time to pray and meditate, maybe do yoga, maybe exercise. Maybe I can't do any of that, but I make sure I have time for that in the morning because that's a priority for me to have. Thank you. Great presentation. I appreciate you. You know, if I'm only here for everybody else. I'm just a vehicle delivering a message that I had to surrender to, and that's why I'm here. So that's what it's all about. That's another thing. Loving yourself means surrendering to your gifts and doing what you're supposed to do. That's why I'm here. You know, I'm trying to do the same thing and teach everybody else to be the same way. But back to the day. So I know that in order to get my day started, I like a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a cup of water, or orange juice. So I make sure I'm up in the morning enough time to get that out. You know, I make sure I'm up in the morning enough time to wash my face and brush my teeth. Like I said, some days I don't have enough strength or energy to meditate and pray. So what I do is I just take that time to be grateful. Maybe set some intentions for the day. You know, then you have your shower and your breakfast time. And you have that's my routine. That routine allows me to have a successful day. When I get up late, when I don't, you know, have my coffee in the morning, I might be a Grinch. It's going to set my day off. Not in a great way. So I have to prioritize that because I know I'm that type of person. Maybe you're a person who's looking at me going 4 o'clock in the morning, crazy. I ain't getting up no damn 4 o'clock in the morning, bitch. I'm just going to bed at 1. So what you have to do is figure out what time of day is best for you. My brain works better then. And that's when everybody's clear, you know, and I have time. Maybe what's best for you is after everybody goes to bed at 9 to 10 o'clock. That's your time. And that's when you wind down and you do your reflection and you do your gratefulness and you do your meditation or your exercise, whatever the case may be. Figure out your priority. Now back to boundaries. Okay. Like I said, everybody's boundary, they might not be able to get up 4 o'clock in the morning. So know that, okay, that's a boundary for me. I'm not doing that. Maybe she could do that. I'm not doing it. Know your boundaries. If you know your boundaries, then you'll know what you're capable of. So we going back to talking about we staying on priority. We talked about prioritizing our day. Now let's talk about prioritizing our goals. When we have a set of goals, like I said, okay, I'm doing a podcast and I'm working with the music and I'm working on myself and I'm working with my spirituality stuff and I'm working on doing this and I want to work on this project. Guess what? If I don't prioritize, I'm just going to have all that stuff and nothing done. A couple of my business BFFs are on the line right now. They can tell you, I can get flighty. I get excited about an idea and I'll be like, Piero, let's do it. Ooh, go, get it. That's not realistic all the time. That's not prioritizing or sticking to priority. It might be a great idea. It might be something that will fit into what I'm doing, but I can't just drop everything I'm doing and go, one check, my focus priority is that now. That's unrealistic. That's like going, having a job and going, ooh, I see that. Perfect job for me right now. Gotta get it. Slow down. You don't quit your job just because you see another one that was great for you. Go apply. Go meet the people. Learn about the company. Put in your application. Do all of that. Take your time. Take your time. There's nothing wrong with taking your time. When you prioritize, you realize how much more time you actually have. We look at people and we be like, oh, they party too much. Oh, they waste too much money. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? It's a way to prioritize that too. I like to have fun. Everybody know me. When I'm out, I'm tripping. I'm one of those people, like, what happens at the party stays at the party. Let's go. Let's have some fun. But I can do that uninhibitedly because I take care to prioritize the rest of my day. I make sure my bills is paid first. Make sure my kids is good first. Make sure that everybody has something, somewhere to be, something to wear, somewhere to go, something to do. You have to take care of your priorities. When you take care of your responsibilities first, then all that extra stuff is even better. All that fun and partying that you was dying to get to is even more enjoyable because it's a celebration of taking care of your responsibilities and prioritizing what was right in your life first. Love, that's loving yourself. When you don't prioritize, you stress. Because you didn't take the time to map out, once again, budget. This when my bills have to be paid, or this has to be done by then, or this needs to be done, or the kids need to get to the doctor. And now you're going every month, shoot, I didn't do this. Oh my God, I didn't do this. Oh my God, overwhelmed. Depression. No. All it takes is a little bit of time to sit back, prioritize, map out. Maybe this week you can't do everything you thought you were going to be able to do. Maybe last week something happened and it's stopping this week's motion. That's all right. Don't mean you won't be able to do what you wanted to do. You just might have to push it back a little bit. Or maybe something took higher priority. Maybe you planned on, maybe you are starting your t-shirt line and you planned on going next week to New York to get some more inventory. But this weekend, you went to a pop-up and that joint was crazy. And they bought out every single t-shirt. So now maybe tomorrow you're not going to be able to go hang out with your girlfriend. You might have to reschedule that lunch because you need to get to New York and get some more inventory. If you're not taking the time to intentionally look at your priorities, you're not going to be able to be successful. Like, I'm just trying to throw out little tidbits here, for everybody to see the different ways that it fits for them. Think about school. If you don't prioritize, how I'm going to find out how my kids getting to school back and forth every day? Or if I don't prioritize how I'm getting to work. How many people back in the day, when they was teenagers, they get that check and they, bam, spend it all. And then Monday come and they like, shoot, can somebody buy me a trans pass? I don't got no way to get to school this week. Can somebody buy me a trans pass? I can't get to work because they didn't prioritize what was important. Always prioritize your transportation. I know you guys are feeling that now. Gas is like $1,000 a gallon. So I'm pretty sure that gas money is something that has to be prioritized and budgeted first. Important things. Put what's important at the top of your list and then let everything fall into place. And that's love. Because when you do that, you feel so much better. You understand what I'm saying? That's why it's love. That's why priority is love. Being with intention. Taking the time to put what's first. Forget all that other stuff. It's not going nowhere. The same thing before you was born, before I was born, it was all the same. It been there. It's not changing. Only difference is it might look a little different. Somebody else was having the same conversation 40 years ago when I was a kid, and they just wasn't wearing this. They might have had on a turtleneck up to here with some bell bottoms on. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe their bun was a little bit different. Maybe it was an afro instead of a high bun. Whatever the case may be, things don't change. You have to prioritize. You have to budget if you plan on being a successful human being, period. Budget your time, budget your money, think wisely, think priority, and it'll take a lot of stress when it comes to having to get the money and the time and stuff like that. It makes it a lot easier because you've intentionally put the time into prioritizing it. Take your pencil and your paper out. Write down your boundaries. Okay, I know that I don't want to do this. My money is not going to allow me to do this. My heart doesn't allow me to do this. Real right. I'm not, I try to keep it as funky as possible. Think about how many people, most of us here, didn't come from, mansions in Beverly Hills. We came from places like me, 55th and Lansdowne. You understand what I'm saying? 42nd and Parkside. That's where I came from. So I saw things the way I saw things, and as you grow up, you learn. You got to do things a little bit differently than the things that happened around you. And one things we don't learn how to do is put boundaries on ourselves and prioritize. There's people out here who, those was the drug dealers. Those was the killers. Those was the hoes. Everybody got the heart to do what they got the heart to do. I don't got the heart to go out there and sell the cooch. You know what I'm saying? But if that's your business and you need some advice on how to market yourself, I'm the girl for that. I know how to market. I know how to talk to street people. I know how to talk to corporate people. I'm the one you come to talk to when you need some promotion. I know how to connect you. You might not have the heart to be the drug dealer, but when you want to smoke, you want to hit that man up. You understand what I'm saying? Know your boundaries. Know what you are capable of doing, what you have the heart to do. We being realistic right here. Me, when it comes to, like I said, I grew up that way. I seen fights. I seen shootouts. Somebody need to get patched up, run to me. I'm going to pull out the aloe and I'm going to pull out the iodine and all this. And I'm going to do all that. I'm going to shave the hair and I'm going to patch you up, put the butterfly stitches on. But I'm not going to school to be a medical doctor. That's my boundaries. It's not what I do. Know your boundaries before you try to get into anything else. Teach your kids to know their boundaries. You know, you not a I was a bully's bully, and I seem so sweet, you know, but that's because you can't mess with the quiet ones. I was that girl, you know. She quiet, but when you get to learn, she's my, you know, she's sweet though. She's sweet. She's sweet. She just, you know. I knew my boundaries. I don't put myself in situations that's going to cause the crazy to come out, because when the crazy comes out, then I become a whole different person. Know your boundaries. At the same time, I know sometimes the crazy has to come out because crazy gets the job done every once in a while. Know your boundaries. Know your boundaries. It's simply that easy. And prioritize them. Once again, you know, going back to personal, family, friends, business. What's more important to you? For me, I'm a family person. I'm all about community. I love my family. I love my community, even though I'm an introvert to a certain extent, but that's because I spend most of my days pondering, thinking, connecting on how can I uplift, how can I rebuild my community. One of my hashtags is let's rebuild our villages. You understand what I'm saying? So my priority is being able to have my space to work, to figure out the next plan on what can I do in the community, or what can I do to uplift my community, or what is it from that I knew from before that these young folk need to know now, how can I share that with them? That's my priority. Family, you know, God, family, God, me, family, community for me, you know, and that's my business. So when I'm working, it don't even feel like work because I'm getting finally to do what I love to do because I prioritize it. Didn't come overnight, made a lot of mistakes, learned a lot, did a lot, went through a lot, but I prioritized it. That's why I have no regrets on any of the mistakes I made. Anytime I bang my head, I don't have a regret for that because I prioritized the fact that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to help my community. Maybe that's not your goal. Maybe you a person who don't even want to be in business. Maybe entrepreneurship is not the thing for you. Maybe you just want to be the best worker. You maybe want to climb the chain. Maybe you don't. There's people, we used to tease my cousin all the time. He was at KFC for like 15 years and he never wanted to be a manager, you know, but what are we teasing him for? He was comfortable. As long as he can prioritize with his check, being able to have his life insurance and his retirement plan and take care of his kids, that's what he wanted to do. It makes him feel good as a man to be able to use that job, do something he like, and take care of his family. So yes, it's the same. What do you want to do? Is it family for you? Is it friends for you? Are you one of those people that's very social and it's important for you for the social network to stay popping? Prioritize it. Don't worry about what everybody else talking about. She party too much. Or he party too much. Maybe that's what you were saying here too. Because we don't know what's going on when you out there with a party. Same thing I tell people when I'm at the club. Oh, why are you working at the club? Why are you doing security? Or why are you working the door? Why are you out at the clubs with the artists? And they be shooting. They've been shooting since they've been shooting. So, you know, that's why most of the time when I go places like that, I never get into them type of situations. Maybe it's because it's my gift to be there. Maybe I'm saving somebody when I'm there because I'm built for that task. Maybe you're not built for that task, but I am. You know, argue my mind. Why are you walking down that dark street? Or why are you dealing with them shady characters? Because they're for me. Maybe I give them something that they'll never have a chance to have. You understand what I'm saying? You got to know what's right for you and prioritize what's right for you. I tease Mitzi all the time about her and her photography. I don't have the heart to run on the front line with the camera, but if it was some kids out there and I seen somebody about to do something to some kids, I'm out there. Let's go. We on it. We on it. We on it. It's my family. We on it. Family first. I don't care. And I'm walking out to the police station to tell you what I did. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to figure out what's priority for you. Is it your business? Is it your, you know, make sure that do you want to go into priority? Maybe just what's priority for you is making a life change. Are you doing the steps it takes to make a life change? Because it's not, you can't wake up tomorrow. First of all, it takes 21 days just for your brain to accept change. So we're not talking about the 10,000 hours it takes to master something different or some change or just anything, period. So it takes a mindset first. Where you at with it? Are you prioritizing it? Are you starting to add time in your day? Like I said, are you waking up early in the morning and making extra times because you work a 12-hour day? Are you, one of my favorite ones I always share, I went to a workshop years ago and the man said, on Saturday morning, what's better for me? To spend $50 and let this man cut my grass, or for me to cut my grass and save that $50? Now, my thing here is that man I'm paying that $50 to, I just employed somebody. I just put $50 into their family's pockets, and that's the job that they do. Meanwhile, I'm over here trying to start a business. And 5 days a week, I'm exhausted from working, so I don't have the time to put into my business. Saturday, I'm free. While on a day when I'm free and I have some space and time, would I not employ someone else and help their family. Meanwhile, prioritize making change for mine, because eventually those Saturdays are going to add up. And even if it took 5 years of Saturdays, that 5th year, I can quit my job and go into business. Priority, priority, priority. Love is priority. Priority is love. It's love in everything, everywhere. Yeah, I'm not going to talk you guys' head off. You know, I like to keep it short and sweet. Get them pens and papers out. Start prioritizing. I know some of y'all ain't with it. Some of y'all didn't like writing back in the day, but I'm going to tell you, writing is manifesting. Thoughts become things. Things become, I'm sorry, did I say it right? Yeah. Am I saying? Yeah, thoughts become things. And in the midst of it, you write it down so that you can see it over and over again and start to bring it to fruition yourself. You know, sometimes we do that too. We look back, 10 years from in a journal that we had, like, oh, shoot, I did say I was going to do that. And it's confirmation and it feels good. You manifested that. You wrote it down. Even when you wasn't thinking about it, when you walk past that wall, that sticky note on the door or on your mirror every morning that says, you're the shit, girl, that's manifesting in your subconscious. When you walking past that goal calendar or that vision board that says, in a year from now, we're going to be doing this, and you start to pick away from that year later, you might not have everything on that vision board, but I guarantee some of those things are going to be done because it's intention, it's prioritized, and it's you loving yourself. It's you doing what's perfect for you to be the best person that you can be in your community. Not for everybody else, but for you, because it starts with you. Same way we have to meet everybody else where they are, you got to meet yourself where you are first. Because if I can meet myself where I am first, then I know what I need. Then I can love on me. And now when I'm loving on me and I'm happy, like I said, sanity was choosing. I know trying to get a wig on this stuff today was not going to be sanity. And I was going to come up on here all razzle frazzle. No, I know my limits. I know my boundaries. Slick that joint up in a high bun and keep it pushing. You understand what I'm saying? Priorities, priorities, priorities. The smallest things matter to the big picture. Because if we can see the big picture, but we're not breaking down the priorities, the budgets, the goals, the intention, all it's going to be is a big picture on the screen. We don't want that. We want to start actually bringing things to fruition. We actually want to start rebuilding our villages. We actually want to start feeling love again and less trauma. We are so traumatized. And that's a show for another day. Because if I start talking about how, bringing love into the trauma, then we won't be on here for another half an hour, an hour or two, really. But I'm just saying all this to say priority is love. Love is priority. Put yourself first. Put the things that mean most to you first. And pay attention to them and be unapologetic about them because it was given to you for a reason. My gift, not your gift. Your gift's not my gifts. My talent's not your talents. Your talent's not my talents. And it's going to be a struggle when you're trying to be the best at who you are because the people around you not going to always understand. Neither is the environment. It takes one man to change the world sometime. And if you're doing something that most people don't know about, it's always going to look crazy. And that's why you have to prioritize self. Community, family, business, and then start to branch out to the rest of the world. See the big picture, then break it on down to the priorities, and you can go from there. And that's where love starts at. That's what love is. Simple and plain, very easy, not too hard. Just correct me if I'm wrong. I'm so thankful for everybody coming in. We getting ready to sign out. Please watch the replay. Drum.io/ASE_trigger is my website. Ashe. And I mean, thank you guys for joining me. I'll have for all of that. Drum.io/ASE_trigger. You'll find the replays. Please hit me up, DM me at ASE_trigger or at Podcast Love Is. I love to communicate. I love to connect. I love to take topics and ideas because, like I said, these are the hard conversations. People think, oh, it's love. That's what you're talking about. No, today we talked about prioritizing your life. We talked about prioritizing your business and how that is love. How love is the fiber of everything. And we have to remember that first, and then we'll be better. But peace, blessings, love, graciousness, wisdom. Thank you, babes. Wonderful life. Thank you. Like how I always say, and I can only work if I have a muse to work with. So, you know, I'm working off of you guys, and I'm in surrender right now. So anything is given to me to give, I'm sharing it with the world because it's about that time. Let's rebuild our villages. Let's rebuild our community. And let's remember love, guys. See you guys on the other side.